This is Paihia, a beautiful town in the Northland region of New Zealand. Often referred to as the Jewel of the Bay of Islands, Paihia is located approximately 240 kilometers north of Auckland, with a scenic drive that takes around 3 hours. It is also considered the gateway to the Bay of Islands, a region rich in Maori heritage, marine life, and breathtaking landscapes. In this video, we'll explore 5 must-see attractions that make Paihia a top destination for both locals and travelers from around the world. But before starting our countdown, we're visiting Paihia Wharf first. Right now, we are walking towards Paihia Wharf. Here by the water, we can see a striking fish sculpture, the iconic striped marlin statue. Standing around 4 meters tall, this impressive sculpture was gifted by the Fuller family to honor Paihia's deep connection to the sea and its legacy as a world-class fishing destination. More than just a tribute, it's also one of the most popular photo spots in town. Without any further delay, let's begin our countdown of Paihia's top 5 attractions. At number 5. Haruru Falls. Haruru Falls is a picturesque waterfall located just 5 kilometers from Paihia, on the Waitangi River. These falls are easily accessible by car. Or, you can walk the scenic Haruru Falls track, a 5-kilometer trail that follows the Waitangi River from the historic Waitangi Treaty Grounds to the falls. Adventurous visitors can even kayak up the river to the base of the falls, adding a splash of thrill to the journey. The name Haruru means big noise in Maori. A fitting tribute to the thunderous roar of water as it cascades over the fall's rare horseshoe-shaped drop, especially after heavy rainfall. Now we are at the Waitangi Golf Course, a beautiful area near Paihia town. Just nearby lies the Waitangi Treaty Grounds, one of New Zealand's most significant historical sites. Though we are not visiting the treaty grounds in this episode, I would highly recommend it to anyone interested in New Zealand's founding history. It is where the Treaty of Waitangi was signed in 1840, marking a pivotal moment in the nation's history. For now, let's soak in the coastal beauty and rolling fairways of this remarkable golf course. The Waitangi Treaty Grounds and the Waitangi Golf Course are connected to Paihia by this 1-lane bridge over the Waitangi River. It's a short drive or even a walk from Paihia, making this area easily accessible. Number 4. Russell. A place that feels like stepping into a living postcard. Just across the bay from Paihia, Russell sits quietly on a peninsula, cradled by the waters of the Bay of Islands. Russell was New Zealand's first permanent European settlement, and its first seaport. In the 1800s, it earned the notorious nickname, the Hellhole of the Pacific, a magnet for sailors, traders, and all kinds of mischief. Today, it's a haven of heritage, home to the country's oldest church, and the legendary Duke of Marlborough Hotel, which you can see right now, on the right side of the road. This is Paihia Beach, a hidden gem, just 2 kilometers from Russell Wharf area. Its calm waters are ideal for all-tide swimming for families and casual swimmers. And the boat ramp access is great for launching small boats or kayaks. You can also find a scenic walking track here, called the Paihia Point Track. It's a short 20-minute walk that offers panoramic views over the Bay of Islands. Russell can be reached in 2 ways from Paihia, by passenger ferry or by car. If you choose the ferry, it's a scenic 10 to 15-minute ride from Paihia Wharf across the bay, offering stunning views and a relaxed coastal vibe that sets the tone for your visit. Driving takes a little longer. You will head inland from Paihia, loop around to Opua, and board the vehicle ferry for a short 10-minute crossing to Okiato. From there, it's another brief drive to Russell. Altogether, the journey by car takes around 30 minutes, though timing can vary depending on ferry queues. Number 3, Kerikeri. Located just 24 kilometers from Paihia, Kerikeri is the largest town in the Northland region of New Zealand. With no major towns further north, travelers often make Kerikeri their base for exploring the far north region of New Zealand. Here, right in the heart of Kerikeri, adjacent to the town center at the Kerikeri Domain, you'll find an art installation called The Interweaving of Cultures in Kerikeri. This monumental stone and bronze sculpture by Chris Booth symbolizes the town's bicultural heritage. Just a short stroll from the town center lies another gem of Kerikeri, the historic Kerikeri Basin. This area is both scenic and historically rich, located at the confluence of the Kerikeri River and the inlet leading to the Bay of Islands. It's home to some of New Zealand's oldest European buildings, including the Stone Store and Kemp House, set against a backdrop of native bush and tranquil waters. The reserve also features walking tracks through the bush and along the river, including the popular trail to Rainbow Falls. Here in the basin, you can also see a Mauri waka, a carved canoe on display that reflects the rich navigational history of the Maori people, the original people of the land. Another delightful sight in the Kerikeri Basin is a pair of proud, colorful roosters. We can affectionately call them the Kerikeri roosters, strutting through the grass, like characters straight out of a Vladimir Sativ storybook. Another popular spot in Kerikeri is Rainbow Falls. You can reach Rainbow Falls either by walking the scenic 4 kilometers riverside track from the Stone Store in Kerikeri Basin, or by driving about 4 kilometers from town to the car park near the falls. This impressive 27-meter waterfall is surrounded by well-maintained paths and viewing platforms, where you can see it from different angles. Number 2. Cape Reinga Day Tour. A journey to the edge. This bus tour departs from Paihia at 7 a.m., collecting travelers from various pickup points in Paihia and Kerikeri, before heading north towards Cape Reinga. Around 9 a.m., the coach arrives at the first stop, the picturesque fishing village of Mangonui. Nestled beside a quiet harbor, it's the perfect place for a short coffee break and a chance to stretch your legs. Here, a coffee break offers more than caffeine. It is a moment to take in the charm of this historic coastal village and admire the colonial architecture. And perhaps sample the famed fish and chips that make this spot a local legend. From Mangonui, the journey continues toward Cape Reinga. By midday, the bus reaches Cape Reinga, approximately 210 kilometers from Paihia. This is the northernmost accessible point of New Zealand, where the Tasman Sea and Pacific Ocean meet in a swirl of currents beneath the picturesque Cape Reinga lighthouse. Cape Reinga is also a sacred place in Maori tradition, where spirits are said to begin their journey to the ancestral homeland. Well-maintained walking tracks lead from the car park to the lighthouse, offering panoramic views and a chance to experience the dramatic coastal landscape up close. Travelers typically spend around an hour here to explore the area, take photos, and reflect on the significance of this sacred site in Maori tradition. After time to explore and reflect, the return journey offers a thrill. The bus descends onto the sands of 90 Mile Beach, cruising along the vast shoreline if conditions allow. A stop at the Te Paki sand dunes invites the adventurous to try sandboarding, sliding down golden slopes with speed.
Yep. Ideally suited to four-wheel drives.
By early evening, the tour returns to Paihia, with windswept memories, sacred stories, and the feeling of having touched the top of New Zealand. Number 1. Bay of Island Cruise. This half-day scenic tour, offering a rich blend of history, nature, and coastal beauty, starts from Paihia Wharf. Most cruises start around 8:30 in the morning during the warmer months. While in winter, departures shift to around 10 a.m., giving you a gentler start to the day. You can embark from either Paihia Wharf or Russell Wharf, depending on where you're staying. The boat first crosses the bay to Russell, a town once infamous as the hell-hole of the Pacific, now transformed into a peaceful haven, with colonial charm and deep maritime roots.
Whalebone. They have had to replace
After a brief visit, the cruise ventures deeper into the bay, threading its way through a constellation of islands, many of them privately owned and untouched. These islands remain off-limits to visitors, preserving their natural beauty, but one stands apart: Urupuka Island, the largest and only island where tourists can disembark. Then you cruise past Roberton Island, which was once visited by Captain Cook, and offers breathtaking views from its lookout.
This little bay here is very important to the Bay of Islands, in fact very important to New Zealand. It is known as Cook's Cove. Lieutenant James Cook landed here in November of 1769.
Here in Roberton Island, you'll also catch sight of the Twin Lagoons, two crescent-shaped pools divided by a narrow strip of land. Twin Lagoons is the most photographed natural beauty spot in the entire Bay of Islands.
The Bay of Islands did a great job. There's actually really only 7 main islands.
The journey then reaches the coastline of the Cape Brett Peninsula, where steep cliffs and native bush frame our view of the historic Cape Brett Lighthouse. Perched dramatically on the edge of the peninsula, the lighthouse has guided vessels through these waters since 1910, standing as a sentinel over the Pacific.
This lighthouse, they ran it on a mercury bath.
Just beyond Cape Breton Peninsula lies one of this cruise's most iconic sites, Motu Kakako, or Piercy Island, home to the legendary hole in the rock.
So to kick it off, this island is an open-air aviary.
Carved by centuries of wind and waves, this natural sea arch is steeped in Maori tradition. Warriors once paddled through it, for good luck before battle. After this, the cruise slows as we search for dolphins in their natural habitat, another major attraction of this cruise. Bottlenose and common dolphins often appear, playful and curious, sometimes swimming alongside the boat, or leaping through the waves. It's a gentle, joyful encounter with the wild.
Now we can actually identify the different ones. There's a little bit of swell on that. Also catching up with the dolphins. Now these guys, they go through several moods. They bunch up very close to each other. Just keep in mind our departure time.
Then you arrive at Paihia Bay on Orapukapuka Island, the only island where tourists can disembark. It's the largest in the bay, and a sanctuary for both relaxation and adventure. Here in Paihia Bay, you can hire a paddleboard, kayak or snorkel gear, and explore the clear waters. Or take a walk along one of the island's scenic tracks. Or you can simply relax on the beach. There's a licensed cafe and restaurant here too, perfect for a bite or a drink with a view. For those seeking a deeper connection with the land, camping is available at the Department of Conservation managed sites like Urapukapuka Bay, Sunset Bay, and Cable Bay. Just remember to book in advance, bring your own gear, and follow conservation guidelines. After some time to unwind, most visitors return to Paihia on another cruise, carrying with them memories of sea arches, dolphins, and island serenity. But if you choose to stay and camp, the island offers a quiet night under the stars, with the sound of waves and native birdsong as your lullaby.